I've been diving deep into macro trends in international education lately, and I need to tell you about something that's keeping me up at night. It's not about ad costs going up, it's not about algorithm changes. It's about a perfect storm that's about to hit higher education, and most institutions have no idea it's coming. Two massive trends are colliding right now that could fundamentally reshape how students choose where they study over the next few years. And if you're in higher education marketing, enrollment, or leadership, you need to understand this. I'm Herbert, founder of Learn Media, and we help education brands scale their acquisition through paid social. But today, I'm not talking about ads, I'm talking about survival. Let's dive in. I recently came across some research from study portals that stopped me cold. Since 2024, universities outside the Big Four, the UK, US, Australia, and Canada, has seen a 5% increase in search demand. Meanwhile, the Big Four, down 5%. Now, 5% might not sound dramatic, but in a multi-billion-dollar industry, that's a seismic shift. Students are increasingly looking at Germany, the Netherlands, Singapore, Spain, France, places that traditionally weren't on the radar. Why? 3 reasons. 1. Lower costs. Many European countries offer affordable or even free tuition compared to £30,000 plus per year in the UK or $60,000 plus in the US. 2. Immigration pathways. Countries like Germany are making it easier for international graduates to stay and work post-study. 3. Quality perception. Students are realizing that prestigious education isn't exclusive to English-speaking countries anymore. The monopoly the Big Four held, it's breaking. And that leads us to the second trend, which is far more concerning. Students have always cared about ROI. That's nothing new. But here's what's different now. They're measuring ROI against a job market that's being fundamentally reshaped by AI. And the data is brutal. According to ADP payroll data, workers aged 22 to 25 in AI-exposed occupations experienced a 6% employment decline since late 2022. Meanwhile, older workers in the same jobs, they grew 6 to 9%. Think about that for a second. The graduates your university is producing right now are entering a job market where their age demographic is being actively displaced by AI. And it gets worse. Research from Harvard found that companies adopting AI saw 22% fewer junior hires starting in early 23 compared to non-adopters. Entry-level positions, the jobs universities have promised their graduates for decades, are vanishing. Now combine these two trends. Students have more higher education options than ever before, and they're scrutinizing ROI more carefully than ever before, at the exact moment when graduate outcomes are becoming more uncertain. This is the perfect storm. Let's play this out. Imagine you're a prospective international student considering a UK university. You're looking at £30,000 plus per year in tuition, £12,000 to £15,000 in living costs, visa restrictions on work hours, and now uncertain graduate employment prospects in your field. Meanwhile, you could go to Germany or the Netherlands for a fraction of the cost with better post-study work rights and similar quality education. What do you choose? The value proposition that UK and US universities have relied on for decades is eroding. And if graduate outcomes data starts reflecting these AI-driven employment declines, that's when the real crisis hits. Because nothing tanks enrollment faster than poor employment statistics. Students talk, parents research, agents notice. And when your competitors in Germany, Singapore, or Spain start showcasing better value and better outcomes, you lose. But here's the good news. This isn't inevitable. Universities that adapt early will actually have a competitive advantage. Here are the changes that need to happen starting yesterday. Number 1 is curriculum transformation. Stop teaching for jobs that won't exist. AI is taking entry-level tasks, but it's not taking complex problem solving, creative thinking, emotional intelligence, strategic communication, and cross-cultural collaboration. These are skills employers desperately need and AI can't replicate yet. Rebuild your programs around these competencies. Make them explicit in your course descriptions, your marketing, your graduate profiles. Show students you're preparing them for the AI era, not the pre-AI era. Number 2 is employer partnerships, and this cannot be an afterthought anymore. Every program should have industry advisory boards shaping curriculum, real client projects embedded in coursework, mandatory internships or placements, and direct pathways to employment. Don't just teach theory, create documented proof that your graduates get hired, and showcase these partnerships everywhere, in your ads, on your website, in your enrollment communications. Number 3 is emphasize human skills. The students who thrive in an AI world won't be the ones who know how to code better than ChatGPT. They'll be the ones who can lead teams, build relationships, think critically, communicate complex ideas, and adapt quickly. Build these into your value proposition. Don't compete on world-class education or prestigious faculty. Compete on we develop the human skills AI can't replace. Number 4 is transparent outcomes reporting. Stop hiding employment statistics. Students are going to find them anyway. Instead, get ahead of it. Publish detailed graduate outcomes by program. Show salary progression over time. Highlight non-traditional career paths. Be honest about competitive fields. Trust builds enrollment. Opacity kills it. Number 5 is differentiation through specialization. The days of being a general university are over. Find your niche and double down on it. Are you the university for sustainable technology, healthcare innovation, creative industries, entrepreneurship? Pick something, own it, and market the hell out of it. Because in a crowded market where students have endless options, good at everything means great at nothing. Look, I know this sounds dramatic, but after working closely with higher education institutions, I see the data. I talk to decision makers, I watch the trends, and I'm telling you, this is not a drill. The universities that wait for more data or for their competitors to move first, they'll be the ones scrambling in 2 to 3 years when enrollment numbers crater and they don't understand why. The ones that act now, that rebuild their value proposition around ROI, human skills, and real outcomes, they'll be the ones students choose. Because at the end of the day, students don't care about your history or your campus buildings or your research rankings. They care about one thing. Will this degree actually change my life? And if you can't answer that question with confidence, with proof in an AI-driven economy, you're in trouble. So here's my challenge to you. If you're in higher education leadership, marketing, or enrollment, sit down this week with your team and ask, are we preparing students for the world as it is today or the world as it was 10 years ago? Can we prove our graduates succeed in an AI-impacted job market? Are we differentiated enough to compete with Germany, Singapore, and Spain? If the answer to any of those questions makes you uncomfortable, it's time to act, because the perfect storm is already here. The only question is, will you adapt in time? If you found this valuable, subscribe for more insights on education marketing and the future of student recruitment. And if you want to talk about how your institution can adapt its marketing strategy to these trends, you'll find a link in the description below to book a discovery call. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.